Hello London folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm epistemic-gnomes and hope that this time I won't have any sort of technical interruption. Last days when I've started to resume, to contextualize you, I've started to I wanted to resume, right, making lives with rigging, especially this character, actually texture painting here, and then light problems, internet problems, yeah, everything wreak havoc my system, and so now it seems stable today. Don't seem to have, let's hope nothing will happen. If I'm suddenly the live streaming stops, then you know it's over. So maybe I should put some note here. Yeah, let's do this. I'm using OBS Studio. Let's get a note here. Text, yes, text. Technical issue. Okay, let's try this, and the text will be if live stream I've been experienced. Now let's simplify. If connection fails, please don't consider this stream ended for today. If connections fail suddenly, thanks. Alright, so let's hope nothing problematic will appear. So let's see, where is my text. I'll just put this thing at some this is that might be better, yes. And so let's get some background color here, maybe. Let's see, background opacity. It doesn't seem it's working. No, there we go. Alright, and let's leave it here at the bottom. Yeah, that's it. Alright folks, so sorry about that. Let's now resume what I was doing here. I've been learning some techniques about texture painting. So for example, there is this idea here, texture painting, where is mask using, is that... maybe that's the one. No, that's not the one. Okay, never mind. It's oh, pixelic. Yeah, I think that's his name. Texture paint. Yeah, there we go.
We make this model.
So here, Pixelica CG. So basically, he uses the same material, a single material for the whole object, instead of, for example, having, as I was doing by default without really thinking about the possibilities, because something that I didn't know about. So for example, even the skin here, you see I have 4 materials. Maybe sometimes this is actually good. What this is annoying is that for texture painting we have some, in principle it looks like we have to be shifting texture painting different parts. It's everything is complicated in my opinion, but the way I'm doing, I think it, for certain case, it gets more complicated than it needed to be. So in this case, because I have two, yeah, I don't think I should adapt here. So in this case, this was texture painted in a different material. And so if we check the textures, this is for the gloves. Yeah, so actually if I go on this, we see that actually the skin is mixed. Yeah, they are overlapping the UVs, but this is not a problem for this, the way I've done here, because this thing only uses, it's only using these UVs here. The rest doesn't really matter. So if I change here, yeah, you see that's all that I've painted here, and all the rest doesn't matter. And I actually don't understand why, if they are overlapping, why I'm not having interference, but if I check the material, yeah, we have a mapped image texture, yeah, and then the cell shading thing, and then they're mixed. Where does that go? Oh, okay, mixed shader there. Okay. So yeah, and this is like, it's useless. I'm not clearly understanding these patterns here, but yeah, this is the cell shading thing, and it has to take those things anyway. So then for the skin, it looks simpler. So here's the image texture. So this is the, it's actually this one. And same thing here, we have the UVs there for the hands, the gloves, which are overlapping, but they are not being affected here. Oh yeah, so it's this, yeah, the problem is that the same UV map and so I would like to ultimately make this thing more regular, right? But I don't know, because I already painted that with this UV, so it's like if I had to do all this again, yeah, so okay, so maybe I could leave as it is for the body, but let's take a look if I wanted to texture paint the lips, because the lips, they are in UV here. That is not, yes, selected linked on sim, and yes, I have simmed the lips in inside and outside the edge, so I can make this select linked, and then we see that there's no texture paint here. Well, there is this plain color, but this is not the color of the material. The lipstick material is actually here, and it doesn't have a image texture, while it could have. Yes, so let's try to do something about this. I could use this same thing here, that's true, so let's try to work on that. Maybe something is plausible here, is possible. So image texture, then Control Shift T, no, Control Alt T, no, Shift T, Control T, yeah, Control T. So then these coordinates, okay, point UV, that's right. Then yes, here it has this 002, which is annoying, but I don't want to mess up the file, whatever, so I leave it like that for now. And then I want to connect. Oh no, this is texture mask. Alright, so something happened here. Maybe I... Oh, of course, materials here. Alright, so if I try to get... if I take these UVs here, and let's say I can change this color, doesn't really matter. So let's give it a brighter color, more neutral color, and then let's try to, let's select the UVs here. This is the on paint mode, the image editor. So I want to texture paint that. This texture, image texture that I'm using here, it has got where is its size? Here it's big, not so big, but that's the amount that I found, square, so 2048 square, right? So this is it works well enough for the low poly style that I'm doing. If half of that, it gets too, how do you say, squared. We see the pixels, the grain, it's bad. So this is actually not perfect, but it already is much better. So I'm using this as default. And in the future, if I think that this is not enough, then maybe 50% more than that would be good enough. I don't know, I don't think that texture double of that would be laggy for animation. I'm not sure. For rendering I would have to try, but okay. Then I don't understand particularly this UV, what's happening here. Apparently it's just one side, right? Yes, it's just one side because the mesh is mirrored, so that's okay. So I think I understand. So if I were to, let's change this even so that we can see what we get painted there. Of course I don't have here any connection here, and I don't remember how I was doing it, so I'm gonna save here a new file. So today is 12, okay, no, not 12, 16, day 16. Let's just see how I did for this material. So we connect this, I connected this texture paint directly on the diffuse color, that shader. This seems redundant. Oh no, this is not redundant because this is BSDF, this is a shader, and this is RGB. That's correct, RGB goes here. So alright, so let's get this shader to RGB then. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, we got this already, so basically it would be just this. Let's see if yes, we are on paint mode, right? So where is the brush? Okay, I don't have a palette for... Oh no, I think I've messed up. Okay, let me load that. I didn't make any change to the texture here, so that's fine. So let's reconnect here. Then alright, view, paint. Let's get the... Actually, is that... Yeah, by default all this seems correct. Tool. Okay, I'm not gonna delete anything here, so let's bring some reddish color, a little more purplish here, and then take my stylus, F. So in principle I'm gonna make those strains, vertical strains. I'm not sure they are appearing. They are okay, something happened that... Oh, it's just the zoom that got locked. So I don't see anything here right now, so let's make some radical changes here. Oh, of course. Oh, and also let's use here, maybe it's better, texture paint here, and use the mask. It's already... Yeah, we have the mask on, so it gets this compensation dark color. But if I... Yeah, here we go. Now I'm starting to have appropriate results. So you see that this works, but this is just the beginning. So let's see what we can do here. Are those trains... Yeah, they are following there. Yes, they are doing all the... This is exactly what it should... It is what it is, what it looks like indeed. So the problem is how to interpret this, because painting there, even I'll have to pose the character. I think it's complicated, so let's try something like that. Yeah, this is wrong. I'm just testing, see if I get anything interesting. Currently this doesn't look any good in this seeing what I can do with this stuff. So okay, let's paint all this in a single color, then maybe I get... I don't know where's the UV elsewhere, so I don't want to risk like this. Probably there's some spot of UV. Yeah, indeed there is some spot there. So, and even there's some... Okay, so I have the possibility to fix that. Let's see if I pick that. Alright, let's do that. Alright, Not sure if this required any fix, but there we got it. Then back to this. Let's get. Okay, why don't I get this color here? And I add this color. So this is the lipstick. I'm gonna get it like here and delete that one. Okay, gonna have this one. Okay, and then I'm going to save here. Let's see if I can get this to work. I believe I would need, because this UV is very small, so I don't really have much space to play with that. I could change it immediately because it is isolated, so that could be a good idea to play with that. Let's see if these trains are. I don't see nothing right now, so yeah, so here we go. It's very bizarre. So not really work that way. So let's do some stuff then. I pick this. Let's go on Shift F10. Let's get this UV island. Let's move it away. And alright, let's do this and this. Why not? Yeah, we can do whatever we want with that. Maybe there's a way to put it horizontally somewhere. Yeah, maybe we can put it here. Yeah, in the beginning it's like an important thing. So and also bring this here and here. And so I'm still using the original strategy that is... Oh, actually, in this case, it's not so complicated as the gloves already, so I can actually join. Yeah, I could use the technique of the video, although I'm not sure exactly how, but it's like we get the two materials. Instead of two materials here, we get two shaders here in a single material, and then we can differentiate the texture painting in it. So here we see some crazy overlapping. Is it possible to... Was that actually an overlapping? I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems bizarre. What's happening there? Yes, topology, whatever. So I get this. Let's see the colors which I've already got here. So this means that if I could bring this UV map, which is already existing here, I think. So alright, I'm working on this texture, image texture. Oh, and actually let's go back to here and see. Yeah, let me open the chat here. Let's put this at the top just in case. Top, I mean, have it here. Let's go back here. Okay. So I've made some small adjustments here for the UV to, yeah, I don't know, maybe more regularity, why not? Seems logical. Alright, I'm not gonna mess up too much here. It seems it's messed up again. Can't I? Oh, here we go. All right. Good. So let's go back here to the brush. So I have the tools. Where is the okay, image editor, then brush, then my palette here. We start with so since I have the oh yes, I need to paint this with the so this means that I'm going to technically I should delete this material, but before I do this, is this lipstick has anything special? No, it doesn't have any glow, nothing, it's just plain stuff. So yeah, I can totally delete that on object mode. And so what I'm gonna do is that I pick this and I assign this to the skin material. And now it's part of this material, and now I can if I paint here, we should be able to forgot that we still have okay, so let's change some locations here. Let's see again. All right, let's leave it. This is probably for a finger, so this is yeah, another UV yeah, for the hand, which I'm not working the same way. So here, if I go back on image stuff, now if I now we have some lipstick. So this is the base color, let's say, and if I have the other deeper color, let's see what we can do here. Now yes, let's save all image so we can. So is this the front? I think yeah, this is the this is the front part. So yeah, let's first give the back part a bit darker, because that usually is how it is going to be. And then oh, actually this, it's not correct. 1 2 3 4. All right, it goes all the way. All right, this is accurate. And then so for example, all this is the front, but top and bottom, yeah. So what I could try here would be just to get this color and start to try some strange. This is realism, indirection rate of realism. I don't think this will be. I never textured this, even drawing not a lot, so I'm not sure what would be the. I need to observe real lips or some reference to know what is. I'm just seeing if this can look good anyhow. So we don't see very well anyways. Yeah, it needs to follow some shape right here. It's too regular, so we don't see, and it's really not very good rate. It has some small value of interest though. It's hard to do this from this thing here, so instead I'm just gonna blur this thing out. Yeah, let's blur like that. Let's do this, right? I could go back to this one. Gonna attempt some gradation here and then some blurring. And because of the cell shading that I have, most of this detailment work is not really effective in the end, unless I've decided to make some shift here. So I'm not messing yet with the material change, but yes, if I change the roughness here, do we see anything significant? No. Then here, this is important for the, oh, this is all affecting the whole skin, so this is bad. Yeah, this is, so it's more like here for now that I can, this is probably because of some light so basically we see the texture, image texture, and here we see the shading. Is that it? More shading, more texture. Yes, so I need something in between. So if I'm working with image textures, which I'm doing right now, so more textures in here would be relevant and less self shading. And I can also play with that. So for example, let's more self shading. It was very high here, this thing, so okay, and then I really don't know what's going on here. I think it's, is it possible that there's a spot that I've made wrong of the texture? It could be, so let's just check this out. I don't see any right spot here. That would be here. No, I don't see anything special here in terms of color, but maybe it's okay, let's try pick this color here. Let's, no, okay, but it doesn't appear in the yeah, it's just something on. Could it be that the faces are inverted? No. So it's just some bizarre thing that I have no idea what's this. So yeah, so you see the idea here of having more texture. So if I have full texture here, let's see, go back to the material. So I have painted here with image texture that part, and if I go to the shading, if there is too much cell shading and less diffuse BSDF shader with the texture, then we just will lose the texture thing. It's questionable now if I should keep this mixed into this. It's like I'm contaminating this with some sort of texture. Now I'm thinking about this, logically it seems dangerous. It seems like I'm making something that is unrequired and that might be affecting the output. So the idea perhaps would be to, I don't know, I'll try to change this. Could be that that was also a beneficial thing, but it's hard to I don't really see much difference. I haven't seen, so here it's cleared, so that's why it's maintained higher. It's constant because of the cell shading, otherwise it doesn't provide the proper effect. And also I have compositing, so actually because of the compositing, okay, it's always showing, so I don't even need the camera. Yeah, so there's even a double effect of cell shading here. The last one from the compositor and one from this, so maybe this is a redundancy that is not helping with my with more interesting effects. Alright, so this will require further investigation, but well, I'm trying to simplify stuff. So now this texture, image texture, just affects, okay, I'm using diffuse BSDF while I could be using, alright, and I could make the lipstick a different shader effect, and this is what I think I want to work here. So as the tutorial, so I have it's like I'm going to assign this part of the image texture to, and for that I need some sort of special texture. So this is the annoying thing. I need to make a manual mapping of the UV map with a new image texture, black and white or grayscale. It will be a, I've never done this and use as factor, and so I'll have this material for the skin and this other material that I'm going to separate, okay, for, and I'll be using the same image texture here for the colors, color maps. So okay, let's try this, and this could actually be a better so shader at this point with more interesting stuff, I guess. because then we can play with some stuff here that might be relevant. So metallic skin, I don't think so. And all the rest here doesn't all right, then let's see. All right, so if I have all the elements back, we see that we have, yeah, they are not textured. For simplicity, the hair, I think, would be the next thing that I would like to work with texture paint. So all this clothing, they are using the old style. You see lots of material here, so that it will be a lot of work to revert. So I think I'm just trying to do this for the skin, right? Yeah, and then we'll see how hard it is. And in principle, it's not hard, but it's more texture image to care about. I don't like this unless it pays off for other aspects. So let's see. Basically, I'll need to create a new. Okay, so I have this UV. Then I'm going to, if I, okay, that's right. Let's create a new one. How do I create a new one? Okay, let's get it here. New ×2 and Control V, Control. Okay, that will be texture skin map, whatever. Yeah. Alright, so it's all black. So I want this back. And yeah, hard to see here. Now we can see. So could be the opposite. So let's reset. So I'll paint this white. I think it doesn't matter, it's just an inversion of things. So I'm gonna save all images. Then I need to use this as a fact to separate. And so right now, yeah, this is confusing, but so it's something about a mix shader, right? Color mix, no, texture mix. Where is mix shader? Mix shader. Okay, so I have something here. So then I have a texture. Can use all that already. And this texture map, I can't read. Okay, this one, and we put this on FAC. All right, and this on one hand. This will be for this, which is the skin. Alright, so this goes here, this goes here, and on the other hand, so this is maximum so in a different level. So this whole thing is the first material. How do you add this group stuff, right? Control J or Control G. Something about the wrangle add-on. I think it's Control J. Yeah, Control J. So here we go. This is another one. All right. Control J and then the second one. So I'm gonna make now I don't need this one because, as I mentioned, I've already got a okay, it seems like something is failing to happen. Oh no, because of course I need, yeah, alright. And now this thing is appearing like that, so this is strange. Okay, let's go for the lipstick now. Is there some inverting here? No, I don't know. If there is, I don't know how to do it. Would be like invert this color. So I need the lower one. So that would be perhaps a shader. Yes, something more metallic. So it would be base color. Can get this. Is too dark and not saturated enough. Okay, that can work for now. Then no, I don't know why it doesn't look as before. Maybe it's just some optical illusion. Okay, let's get this one, and then is that enough? Yeah, so we see it's happening, but this metallic, it's not very good. Maybe more roughness, less metallic. No. Specular. No, this is not the. Okay, so some strange artifacts happening to this, but in principle it looks like that. Oh, now it disappeared. All right. Okay, so in principle that worked. It's simple as this. Then it might be that I don't need the self-shading that I've been doing in the past before I had the compositing, or even So this means that I could technically let's see that. Now I don't see the self-shading very well, but it exists. Yes, it is smoother, but this relates to the compositor also. So if I were to Shift F3, look at the compositor, what I got here. Oh, I'm using an EV. Okay. EV standard. Okay, so let's ignore the clothes. It's more about the hair, the eyes. Let's see how. Okay, so I'm not using this one right here. This is the experimental one. Let's switch again. Yeah. Okay, so we see we have we can play with the self-shading a lot through this alone. So indeed it's a redundant thing. Let's go back to the shader. Let's take a last look at this. So either I connect this Alright, so no self-shading of that. However, what I want here, yes, without the self-shading, that means that I can reinforce the texture there. That's true, the details that I've done for the skin texture, subtle details on the joints, on some areas. And if I validate this stuff here, I'll have some loss in here, and I can achieve, even those results might look better, they are actually probably achievable in a slightly different way, perhaps not exactly through the compositor. I think if I just keep like this, I'm simplifying things. I'm giving more safety for the texture painting, because if we do texture painting, we're supposed to get the maximum benefit we can from it, right? So, and there's this annoying not looping but repetition of self-shading techniques, redundancy, right? It doesn't seem very smart actually. So here, let's see if I can. Yeah, now this is too dark and I don't seem to be able to. Okay, just make this color brighter. Now this looks good. Okay, save. I cannot. All right, then okay, important upgrade. What else? Let's go back to the compositor. I want to play a little more here. Let's see. What we can do here. This value is very important. It gives critical impact very quickly. Yeah, this one is like very posterizing. And quick effects, okay. Alright, something like that will be good. So I think I've solved for the skin and the lipstick, even though we didn't make really details there. We could try now actually. So if I go back to the what? Did it had some change in name? Strange. Okay, so it looks like shader editor, material skin, map skin. This is for the fact, this is for, okay, so I've got some change in the name of this texture. So this is okay, this will change the name here. Will it change the name there? Yes, it did. What about here? No, this is another. All right. Okay, and if I could get some texture details here, yeah, so that would be the way to, if I were to use texture there, I would make yeah, but I cannot undo this. Yeah, this is I want to take them off. They are not okay. Let's delete this. Okay, I can do that. All right, Control J. Let's try to include like here. Not familiar yet with this system, but it's very, very cool. I think this goes to base color, and then we can see if I can texture paint from here. Got some wrong selections. Yeah, Let's see if we can do anything from... Okay, so if I get this... Okay, let's do from here. Let's see what we can do here. This is bizarre, but how does it look there? Just some strokes there, nothing. Okay, this time this might not be that bad. Let's try now to get this. Let's do the... I'll actually reduce I'm gonna make another layer of this here. Augmenting this. This is time for some blurring, I think. And there in the middle. Okay, that's subtle, but seems to be, yeah, so, okay. Looks like we've got some yeah, slightly more adequate proposition. Now, I think this is something about metallic. Or the lighting that is wrong. Let's check here. This is the skin, right? No, this is not the skin. This is the lips. The skin is here. Let's see if I change this. No, that doesn't do anything. Alright, so we are able to test that approach, and it's quite satisfying. I think it's yeah, but unfortunately I won't be able to use it for the gloves here. I just cannot explain how this is not messing up with all the rest. So I have the texture paint of the gloves there. Eyelashes, oh yeah, so eyelashes is something else. I'm not, it's tend to be black, so I really not conjuring anything about that. So for the gloves, as you see, we have these UVs here, and if I checked the whole UV map, we see that the whole body has got yeah, it's all overlapping, but for some reason this material is only caring about yeah, this I texture paint manually on the fingers, with a mask, texture paint mask here. You see it is masked in relation to the rest of the body, and yeah, so this affects a material which is actually suffering again from a useless alright, so this is redundant thing. Let's fix that. I have backup of this system if ever I needed this self shading back again. So actually I'm using this diffuse or glossy. There's some mixed shading here. This is totally, yeah, this is, even because these materials shouldn't be the same, this stuff here shouldn't have the same shading, so it's basically, I could totally try to, yeah, let's start to delete this. So nothing changed apparently. Here there's a texture paint that goes directly to the okay, I could take this example. No, this is too complicated, so let's just, yeah, so there's no material here, it's just the texture, which is not good. So let's get, it's not interacting with light, so let's use principle, then go to color. Yeah, now this is interacting with lighting. And but all the colors here are reacting the same way, because I don't have, it's just a single material here. So metallic, should I work with this thing? Yeah, for now let's leave it. It's very dark. Yeah, so this is the question that I have. How many times can I subdivide this thing with black and white? Yeah, so I think if this becomes like a subdividing and subdividing and subdividing, just as other patterns that we do in shader editor, maybe this, so because here technically I would have, on my original way, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, at least 4 materials here. And so I'd have to have 4 different inputs for shading. And this is not, I think this was not shown in the example of the tutorial. But this is already working. I mean, it's not like I cannot use this for this project. Okay, so this will be for further investigation. So I'm not gonna bother with that right now. So I think the next challenge now is the hair. And the hair is a separate object, so I can, yeah, multiple objects actually, yes, 1 2 3 4 5 6, the ponytail, 7, then this hair here, then an accessory, and okay, so there are many objects here. If I have a single texture for all here the hair will all have the same texture map, let's say like that. It could be black, and the accessory would have another, would be the opposing part. And actually already for it, it's having, yeah, just one material. It doesn't, those materials, what I can do is try to reuse them as they appear in the shader editor, copy paste into a single one, yes. So currently I have this for the hair, so I'll start working from that. Yeah, and this is probably, yes, I'll just keep for reference. Alright, so this is self-shading, and this again is redundant because I already have got self-shading from the compositor. So of course this color is not good. This one is much better. And this could be developed yeah, let's give about this saturation here. Maybe it's a bit too dark for her. Okay, this is about right. And then let's see, roughness, yeah, here, metallic here. Alright, so you see the results are not different from what I had before, and got rid of many things. If I got rid of the compositor effect here, then on EV that will be very uninteresting. Let's just check on cycles. Yeah, that will require some rendering, so not for now. Don't intend to use that. So that's let's switch that. Yeah, this is now deprecated. Okay, so I'll leave the hair for the next challenge, and then I'll go for the clothes, and then I'll decide. I'll have to find out. Maybe I'll make an experiment on the hair, and then I'll see if I can have triple instead of black and white texture map thing for the FAC. If I can make these stairs cascading subdivisions already on the head, and then the cloths that are very dark now because they have ancient textures that I'm not using anymore, so they are deprecated also. So after texture is completed for all this character, then texture painting, then I'll be addressing some final rigging physics for the skirt, the cloak, fixing some pelvis rig, organic rigging, small adjustments that I had made changes, and I would need to make small fixes. It won't be perfect, but it will be good enough. And yeah, and that will be completed, I guess. Finally, the Dorothy, this OC character of mine, completed, and then I can start a new one and try to import her in the sci-fi space shuttle that I was building. Okay folks, thanks for watching, hope that was inspiring enough, and see ya soon, see ya maybe tomorrow, I don't know, yes. I'm trying to resuming this work, so happy blending and take care folks, have a nice weekend, see ya.